Welcome everybody to our latest episode of our virtual town halls. We are joined today with our city clerk's office, and we have with us our city clerk, Virginia Smith, and our interim deputy clerk, Kaley Cook. Welcome to both of you. And today we're going to go over what our city clerk's office is, what they do, and answer some questions that come in often about our city clerk's office. But before we get started, Virginia and Kaley, could you just tell us a little bit about how long you've been here and your position a little bit? So Virginia,
sure, thank you. Sure. Thank you for having us. This is Virginia Smith. I'm your city clerk paralegal since 2008 is when I started with the city of Palm Coast. I work very closely with our city manager, our city council, and our city attorney. And Kaley Cook started with the city. Take over from there, Kaley.
Absolutely. Thank you, Virginia. Thanks, Brad. So I started with the city about 1.5 years ago, and I am the interim deputy city clerk, and I assist Virginia, the city clerk, in all of the functions that the city clerk's office does. So again, that is working closely with the city manager and council, creating agendas and preparing records and a lot of other tasks for the department.
Great, thank you. So what is a city clerk? Tell us a little bit about what a city clerk does.
So the city clerk provides an array of services to the public, city council, the city manager, and staff. The clerk is appointed and serves at the pleasure of the city manager. The city clerk is also the qualifying officer for our candidates for mayor and city council. The clerk's office assists in agendas and minutes, boards and committees, the elections, public records requests, our code of ordinances and our charter provisions, online public records searches. The city clerk is the official records custodian of the city documents and is the keeper of the seal for all official city records. All public records requests are completed in accordance with Chapter 119 Florida statutes through the city clerk's division. And you can become a city clerk. It depends on the charter of the municipality. You can be appointed by the city manager, you could be appointed by the city council, or you can be elected from the public as well. Like I said, that is all dependent upon the charter provisions.
Wow. So that's the clerk. So what about the clerk's office? And what are those functions? And what is that all about?
If I can jump in, the city clerk's office actually falls in the administration department, and there are a wide variety of functions that we handle. Again, those include agendas and minutes. So creating agendas and minutes, creating a written record of actions from council meetings. The clerk's division assists all council appointed boards as well. And additionally, we also help with elections for city offices. The clerk is the qualifying officer for council candidates and works closely with the supervisor of elections for those elections. We also do public records. A city clerk is designated as the custodian of public records and maintains all official city records. And a city clerk assists individuals with locating any records that they're requesting. And we also do a lot of record keeping. So a city clerk is the official records keeper responsible for municipal records, including ordinances, resolutions, contracts, agreements, and we focus on the orderly management and retention of records in accordance with state law.
Interesting. Wow, that's quite a bit too.
In addition to all of those as well, the clerk's division is also been handling our land acquisition management for the city. So that goes to our deeds and our easements, any land transactions, license agreements for residents to have a license to beautify the area by a canal. So those all are funneled through the city clerk's office as well.
Wow. So we hear a lot with the city clerk's office about public records, and people will request, make public records requests and whatnot. Can you tell us a little bit about what are public records?
Sure, a public record is defined in Chapter 119 Florida statutes as all documents, papers, letters, maps, books, tapes, photographs, films, sound recordings, data processing software, or other material, regardless of their physical form, in connection with the transaction of official business of the city. There are over 1,200 exemptions available that exist in the Florida statutes.
Interesting. So a lot of times people may not even know that there's information that they want and how to go about getting it. How does one make a request for public records?
Yeah, there's actually a few ways that someone could request records, and these requests can be anonymous. As a city employee, we're not allowed to ask who the requester is, what they want the record for, or why they want the record. But these records can be requested through Palm Coast Connect, by email, by website, or by telephone, or even in person at City Hall. There's also an option on the website if someone wanted to search for their own, search for the record on their own. There is a function on the website that would allow them to search through records.
Perfect. So obviously there's a lot of records, I'm guessing, and requests could be pretty broad and very time consuming and a lot of different media types to search through. What's a reasonable expectation in requesting records?
That's a great question. And the Florida statutes state that the records must be provided in a reasonable amount of time. Now, they don't define what reasonable means. However, if a record is readily available, we're going to provide it right away. If the request is considered to be an extensive request, this requires more time to process. And most extensive requests require additional staff time to produce the record, and an estimate of cost would then be provided to the requester.
So is it reasonable to ask for all emails with the letter R in them? No.
So Brad, yes, you can request every email with the letter R in it, but you would be provided with an estimate of cost.
Okay. And again, you can't ask who requested that, correct?
Correct.
Okay. So that's a great overview of different things that go on and especially the public records process, which is really important to a lot of our residents. So in terms of a city clerk, this is much more than just a title and whatnot like that. As a profession, can you tell us a little more about the background, what's available, if there's any associations out there and whatnot like that?
Sure. Fun fact first, the clerk is the oldest profession within the government for municipalities. It dates many, many years back. And that's really the first position that the city needed to function was a city clerk to produce the records. So there are a couple of organizations that a city clerk can join to educate and train in the profession. The Institute of Municipal Clerks, it's the International Institute of Municipal Clerks, so they're all over the world. And they can certify a person after training to be a certified municipal clerk. And then the highest level of achievement is the Master Municipal Clerk. The second association that works in conjunction with IIMC is the Florida Association of City Clerks, and they work extremely closely through the certification process with IIMC.
And do you, these associations are pretty valuable oftentimes in a lot of professions. Are these associations where you're building this group of peers that you can reach out to and bounce ideas off of and get insight from them?
Yes, it's a fabulous networking group of individuals that belong to both IIMC and FACC. IIMC is throughout the world, but we do speak closely with our clerks and network with the clerks that are in the United States. And we also throughout the state of Florida, it's a fabulous networking group. We've always had the been there, done that scenario. So you reach out to a clerk because 9 times out of 10, they've already experienced it and know how to handle it.
So thank you, Virginia and Kaylee. That is all great information and very helpful. And we'll have information available in the description for anybody who wants to find out more about the city clerk's office on our website, as well as the links to where to request any public records and the information regarding that as well. Appreciate your time and thank you very much. And we look forward to seeing everybody next month for our next virtual town hall. Thank you and have a great day.
Thank you, Brad.
Zoom wave.